Hey guys, it is Chad here from the Battle Warrior Podcast, and I'm just letting all you listeners know that the Battle Warrior Podcast episodes will be available across all podcast platforms, guys. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this brand new episode today. Hey guys, welcome to the Battle Warrior Podcast. We got amazing guests here coming in from Cleveland, Ohio. Am I correct with that, Tom?
Yeah.
And he's the owner of Bo-Fit, and I'm gonna try not to butcher his name here, guys, but it is Bo Skitsko.
Bo Skitsko.
Okay, we're good. I tried, man.
No, you did good. You did good.
Welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank you for having me.
And what I notice here is the reason why I brought him on here, guys, is there's a lot of very parallels, and you guys don't see the video here in the audio. You're going to see the audio, but pretty much everything that I do is exactly right behind him, and the faith and the values and just the values of family and stuff. I noticed. I'm like, man, he would be an amazing guest. So that's why I brought him on the show.
Thank you.
So also, there's a few other things that I want to talk about, and I want to make sure. I know on your post and your social media and stuff, you have a lot of stuff about Ukraine. So you want to give a little background on that?
Sure. Well, I was born in Ukraine. I'm a Ukrainian. I lived in a few different countries. I had the pleasure of living in Germany for 7 years as a child. And right now I immigrated to the US. 10 years ago, I didn't even speak English. So I had to learn the language and start from scratch. But I was born and raised in Ukraine. I love Ukraine. It's going to be always part of my DNA. And, so right now it's a really painful time for Ukraine, as you know, 2022. Depending who you ask, if you ask me, there's full out war. And I've lost already some friends struggling. It's really bad. It's not even what you see in the news is not even 10% of the horror that's going on. So since I didn't know we're going to touch on that subject, but it's very sad and sad to see. I'm trying to do whatever I can to help out with like humanitarian needs and stuff. We had some fundraisers. So yeah, you see that stuff on my social media because it hurts me.
Yeah. And I didn't want to bring it up politically wise. I just wanted to bring it up because I looked at it. I'm like, everyone sees a lot of outlet and all that stuff. And I'm like, I want to hear directly from someone who lived it, breathed it, and not say seen it, but have people that's in there.
Well, I'm here. So I'm a gym owner, right? In Cleveland. I am blessed to be here in freedom and safety, right? So I'm training clients, and every other day or so, I'm getting pictures or videos from my childhood friends, from family, like getting a picture. This just exploded a few blocks down the road, or look, a video of rockets flying over my house and then exploding in the far distance. And then I just have to put on a smile and keep training my clients here in safety. But it's tough. It's tough to go through that emotionally.
And the reason why I wanted to connect with that and swing it back is you put your love and effort into being in the gym, and it's like you just pour it. And we were talking about that before I hit recording. We're like, we have to record. I'm like, gosh, sure, let's go. You are like me, where you go all in on everything and your heart and soul's into it. And we were talking about like your logos and everything else on there. And I'm like, you're just like me because you want it perfected.
I wanted perfect is probably not the best word. I want it my way, the way I believe is the right way, the way I believe is the ethically, legally, as well as emotionally, in all different ways, right way that I believe is the best. Because this is not just a business for me, because as far as business, there's way better industries to make money, way better, less struggle, less hassle, less dealing with people and stuff. I do this because I believe in this, because I believe there's a way to make people healthier, fitter. And, and that's just the first step of the whole equation of working out, healthier, and fitter. But then like you start treating with your journey of fitness, you start treating anxiety, depression, confidence. You start treating so many more things, not just diabetes, not just I don't know, all kinds of bone and joint aches and stuff, and my back hurts. There's much deeper sitting things. So it starts with the gym, but it becomes really quick therapy, and then therapy for life, and then I get to change lives actually at the end of the day.
So in on the changing lives things, I want to teeter down because my fitness journey, I did sports through high school and then I veered far away from fitness and
Mhm.
got out of shape mentally. I was a wreck, had addictions I was battling and all that stuff. And obviously, in this, I'm not going to plug in my faith journey on that, but once I got realigned and I got myself set, I went back into fitness and started lifting weights all the time, started figuring out the discipline of putting the diets. I'm not a dude that's going to absolutely be shredded. I'm not a guy that's going to be the biggest guy. I just know mentally, I want people to understand it. It's like same thing where it's like, this is what fitness did for me. This is how it keeps me aligned. I'm not like, I'm still human, guys. So like I will teeter out of it, still spiral at times, but fitness for me is life changing. So how do you take something so special and look at someone that just started to say, hey, this is what potentially you can have if you put in X amount?
Yeah, see, when you say fitness or when you say trainer or gym, people immediately think about muscle, right? And that's the furthest away from truth. That's the last, well, it's true, but it's the last component of the whole equation. When you come to the gym, you're literally forcing yourself to do something that you don't want to do, but you know it's good for you. You know you have to feel that discomfort, the pain, the soreness, in order for down the road, you're not going to see results in a week, but down the road, in months, maybe even years, you're going to see the new you. You're going to build the dream image of you, whether it looks in the mirror or how you feel, how you play with your kids when you crawl around in your 50s and 60s with your grandkids, right? You built the new you. So what you do in the gym, you teach your brain to make the right choice, go through discomfort in order to grow, to become better, to give up comfort for discomfort for a better you in the future. So what the gym does is so much more than just quote unquote muscle. And that's my life journey, is teaching people to live a better life in so many different aspects outside fitness, but learning it through fitness.
Yeah, and that's what I notice. And do you see a lot of people that completely just flip 180 and all of a sudden they start running like 5Ks, 10Ks, start doing like the CrossFit races, or just in general, like just doing things that they haven't done before once they flip past that barrier?
Well, first you have to make the person believe that they actually can, right? And that's the hardest challenge. But yes, I see this every single day where people come in, they don't believe in themselves. They usually, it's like, is it too late? Am I too old? I'm so out of shape. I'm not even like, I'm not fit enough for your classes. Well, that's the whole point of your of the class. Come in and get fit, you know? So once you break those mental hurdles and all these excuses, then you can start working with the person. And once the person starts to see the first little fruits of their labor, then it becomes easier, and all of a sudden it's a 180. And then whatever you're into, some people want to compete, step on stage in a bikini. Some people want to be just able to bend over without back pain. Some people want to have more confidence. Some people want, like, once the kids go to college, to reconnect with their husband, but something is lost there. You have to make that person believe in themselves again, you know? So whatever it is, it's that breaking all those excuses, the mental hurdles. And then once you break those, it's just the best reward for my work is seeing those people starting to blossom.
And what I notice is smiles come back, at least on my end of
Oh,
it.
that's yeah. When a person with anxiety or depression comes in, too afraid to meet that quote unquote meathead trainer, like that person, like say she doesn't even know who I am. But a lot of times people assume, oh, he has muscle, he looks fit, he's probably judgmental, you know? So, and they're afraid to even crack a smile, too much anxiety to come into the gym, try to call or come in 3 times and always like, no, maybe next time, too much fear, too much uncertainty. But once they get to know you, they get to know themselves, they get to know that and believe in themselves. That first smile, they crack the first smile, the second smile. And then every time they come in, they're like, I can't wait to see you again and crush the workout, and all happy and excited. And then I know, okay, I'm doing something right here. Like this is not a job. This is a calling.
And the thing that you we were talking about prior, and the thing that kind of awareness, and what I notice is obviously I'm at the gym and I see a lot of younger kids because I'm in a college town, but
Mhm.
you were specifically saying that your clientele is way different versus the younger kids.
So yeah, first of all, I have a fitness studio. It's not an open gym. You come only by appointment for a class, for personal training, or for semi-private training where there's like 3, 4 people maybe.
Yep.
And so what I've learned is that when I way back, I used to be like the head trainer of a big box gym. And those are all people that already go to the gym. They're trying and may not work. So they seek out the help of a trainer to adjust things, to fine tune things. And they're willing to work and they're already ready mentally, right? The people that I see in a fitness studio where it's all by appointment, like 1-on-1, 1-on-3, maybe, where there's less people here, the people that have like all these insecurities and maybe even some mental barriers and anxieties, the people that are too afraid to go to the gym because maybe they see themselves differently in the mirror, they think they're this out of shape person, or maybe just super overweight, or maybe some defects, like I don't know, maybe a knee replacement and they don't want to show it, or whatever it is, right? So those are the people that actually are drawn to my place, it seems like, because like it's not a big gym, it's not intimidating. They see all these pictures on my social media, and I make it a point to never ever post stock pictures from like that I found on the internet from Google, some fit girl in a sports bra. I post the real situation, real people that are here. Some are fit, some are a little overweight, some are different colors, some are different shapes, some are different fitness level, and they see all that, so they feel drawn to me or to this place. And it seems like I train all these people that have something going on where they're not sure where they belong, where they should go, and it's somehow developed in this. I have all kinds of people. Some are super fit, obviously, too. But yeah, that's the beauty of it, that I get to help people, not just physically. The mentally ready people are already in the gym.
And the question I was going to ask is, by the time people come to you, is it that they're like, the fitness is the last thing that's abandoned because they put their effort into like family or career, all that stuff, and that's the last tier? Or is it that is that the main thing, or is it just, hey, they completely just, not say spiraled in a bad way, but like just got lost?
Usually fitness is a symptom. Usually like lack of fitness is a symptom. Lack of control over what you eat, like your diet, is a symptom of underlying issues. Are you simply snacking because you're bored? You have nothing to do. You have no hobbies or no friends. So you sit in front of the TV and just keep snacking. Is it insecurities and like, I'm not going to go to gym because I'm so insecure, and then it spirals into being overweight and out of shape? It's the lack of fitness and health and fitness, I would say, is usually a symptom of underlying other issues going on in their life. So they come in to lose a few pounds, and usually a few months from then they walk out with like working on their relationship, working on their maybe even education, going back to college, working on their career, working on their self-love, working on accepting who they are or who they want to be, So fitness is like let me just lose 5 pounds, and then it turns out there's all these things that they want, but it was all hidden.
Yeah, and that's what I noticed too. And I'm gonna use my example. Like, I finally went back in the gym today. It's been like a week and a half. And you
Mhm.
notice is I notice when I'm far away from the gym in general,
Mhm.
just lifting weights. It don't matter if it's standard yoga release or whatever, but like just the endorphin and the rush and all that stuff, that my mental clarity is so much better. Like, I love
Well, yeah,
yoga,
of
but
course.
just pushing weights way better.
We can talk about science and stuff, but nobody ever said, I really regret this workout. You feel better, you stand taller. How can you be depressed? How can you have anxiety? How can you feel bad and sad if you feel that you're standing a little taller, you're standing a little prouder, you're standing feeling accomplished. You told yourself you're going to do something, and you actually went and did it. The last half an hour or the last hour, you have been working on improving yourself. You've been working on yourself. You can't just walk out feeling, oh, I regret working on myself and becoming a better version of myself. It doesn't work that way. So it's how you feel, but also how you think. Mental clarity, focus. You know what you want. You know what you need. Before let's say weightlifting. We don't only weightlift here, but let's say weightlifting. You go on a heavier bar that it's about to bend your back and knees, right? It takes so much focus, so much clarity, so much determination, so much drive to stand back up at that bar after that heavy squat. You have to push it back up. It teaches you resistance. It teaches you to resist difficulties in life, but also teaches you to focus on the task and be in tune with your body, with your thoughts, and with your excuses. When you stand there and that bar is like bending your back, you have so many excuses going through your head. But once you learn over and over, workout over workout, every time you come in to like challenge those excuses and like do what you said you're gonna do, then it's easier in life too. So it's so much more than just fitness.
And to me, it looks like it's just how my life got better with fitness and all that stuff is getting the basics right. So like
it
everyone
doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah, everyone comes in, they want, and there's a pattern. What I know, it's especially in the gym, where it's like people come in, they want to get shredded. Like, oh, I want to get shredded. It's like, whoa, time out here, time out here. So what I notice is when I strip everything away, rebuild it, start from the basics and go back up, it just seems like my life is, not say way better as the selfish side of it. Not that it's, if I don't get that first step right running, then my knee's going to hurt and I'm going to be sore and I'm going to be out. If I don't bend.
There's definitely different approaches to that depending who you talk to. But in my experience is that sometimes overcorrecting and changing a person's opinion the first few sessions might be counterproductive, meaning like a person wants to get shredded, your example, like or I want to do bench press or whatever, like I want to do this bad butt stuff that I saw on YouTube, right? If I say no, let's go back to basics and I'm going to teach you the simple stuff first, I literally pushing the person away from working on that person, on themselves, right? I think it's counterproductive. So I tried to do that in the beginning. I was that clipboard holding trainer. This is what we need to do, and this is science, and this is textbook. Nowadays, I go with like, it's so awesome that you're in the gym and you want to do something. Let's try it. And I will only correct if I see it's dangerous. They're about to hurt themselves. But if it's like, even if it's wrong form, the first few sessions, I will not teach them to go through like 9 checkpoints of a proper squat or a proper push-up. That's so counterintuitive. Do the push-ups however you want, however you can. Let's see how many you can do. If they're wrong, I don't care. You still did 10. Great. You're moving, you're sweating. If you do something that might hurt your shoulder or your knee, I will probably say something, but only to the point to not hurt you. And as we work, the person becomes more motivated, more in tune, more understanding. I can throw in a cue like, let's try this maybe. Let's try this for him. See what you feel. You feel it more? Let's try this. So you learn to push up, but let's actually go back to the basics and try this and that, So instead of like teaching the right way right away and pushing the person away, I go with the flow and just make sure they don't get hurt. And I know over time they're going to go back to the basics. They're going to come around because they're going to see other people in my gym doing, why is this person doing that? Why can't she do a pull-up and I can't? Because you didn't learn this yet. Let's learn this. You want to try it next time? Sweet. So there's steps to that. And the first step should never be teaching the person what is quote unquote right. The first step should be, you're in the gym. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. And that's what I noticed with a lot of people in the circle that just got back in the gym. Like, they're like, hey man, I saw your stuff. I'm running again, whatever. And it's so cool to see it. And the reason, like I said, the reason why I stripped back down after a year or so of lifting is, I hit the plateau, or vice versa. I got injured running, or whatever the situation is, where the key thing for me, and I'm sure, and I want to ask you about this just as the education side of it, the term rest, like giving your body rest. And I know you're smiling on that. Get in depth, I know each person's different, but like, people need to rest their body.
How about we use a different word, and then then I'll be happy about it.
All right, go
How
ahead.
about instead of rest, we use the word recovery?
Go ahead. That works.
So we need to recover. The harder you work, the more you have to recover. The more you try to take from your body and beat it up, the more you have to give it back. So when you say rest, one could think sitting in front of the TV and watching, binge watching a show, right?
Yep.
But if you say recovery, that could mean stretching while watching a show, foam rolling while watching a show, when you say recovery, you can, after a intense workout, you can go to the park and walk. The worst thing you can do when you're sore, for example, is nothing. That's the absolute worst thing. You need blood flow. You need to keep moving. That blood pushes out all the metabolic waste products that make you hurt and sore, brings in new nutrients and oxygen to repair the tissue. So just resting and doing nothing is the absolute worst you can do after a workout. But recovering properly through stretching, through moving, through hydration, through nutrition, that's a must, obviously. You need to give back. You can't just take from your body. So if you replace rest and recovery, then I'm happy.
Yeah, that's a mental thing on my end. I want to piggyback too, because there's a thing over your shoulder here that's a white bottle, and you're talking about pure, not say supplements, just vitamins, like treating your body great. I could tell just by how you're talking about it, you're like, man, I'm super passionate about that and helping people. And I know it's all connected. So let's how do you initially teach someone to start doing that? Like, hey, just try this, or hey, this is what does this.
When you say doing that, what do you exactly mean? Working out, or what do you mean?
No, like hitting that next level of nutrition. So like, start, dropping the chips and saying, okay, hey, I need more B16, whatever the situation is.
Well, first of all, I think there's a place for supplements, like you said, B16, vitamins, minerals, whatever. There's a place for supplements, but everything always has to start with your nutrition and diet. In the idea world, we wouldn't need supplements, but it's a long story. But I still think that nutrition is the absolute base for everything. And the way to make somebody realize how important it is this. Every single cell in your body is made out of the food that you put in your face. Nothing else, 100%. That's the only resource for your cells to grow. Your fingernails, your hair, your eyes, your skin, your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments, your bones, absolutely everything. So if you eat garbage, you quite literally become garbage. But furthermore, like our thoughts are just neurotransmitters moving in our brain back and forth, creating thought, creating ideas, creating emotions, creating responses, creating dreams. Those are neurotransmitters. Those are just cells. What do you think? What are they made out of? Out of the foods that we eat. So your foods influence the body, physically, how it looks, how it feels, what it actually is, but it also influences hormones and actually influences your thoughts, your ideas, your emotions, love, hate, all of it. That's coming out of the food that you eat. It doesn't get more important. That's like the number one most important thing in your life is what you put in your mouth, because everything depends on it.
And exactly, man. Like, and I'm just gonna use red dye, for example. Like with my hyperactiveness, red dye is terrible. It just completely spirals me out of control.
I just, thank you for inviting me in your podcast, but I have my podcast, which is Health and Fitness Podcast. And one of the episodes was about artificial colors and sweeteners, mostly colors and dyes. I'm not going to go deep into that, but what is allowed here in the US, most countries in the world are not allowing that. Like Gatorade, you can't drink that outside the US. Like most countries ban it, right? Here it's marketed as an athletic drink. I hope I'm not going to get in trouble here, but it is what it is. You can't buy it. You're not allowed. Skittles, Pop-Tarts. There's so many things that are not allowed in other countries, but here they're marketed as an athletic drink. If you want to be fit like this guy, you need to drink this. And yet it's banned because it causes cancer, or it causes cognitive function disorders, and many, many other things. So you got to be so careful about what you put in your body. So careful.
I was going to use the term industrial foods because it's so easy and so replicable to make that they can do it as mass quality.
It's an industry. Yep. It's an industry. They have to make money, so they're finding clever ways to do so. And I'm not gonna hate on them. I just gonna encourage people to do their own research. They're in the business of making money and making business, so they do their part and whatever it is. I mean, good for them, but you have the choice of buying this or this, and you have to educate yourself, whereas somebody who knows, who you trust, to be educated, or watch my podcast. But
exactly, man. Speaking of that,
you know,
that's a perfect segue into where can everyone find you and promote your stuff, man. So go ahead. Where can everyone find you?
Thank you. So you can Google my name, Bo Skitsko. It's a social media, almost all social media, like Facebook, Instagram, is Bo_Skitsko. Or Stay Sore. I have a book out. It's called Stay Sore. It's a mindset book. Or the Stay Sore podcast on all platforms, including video version on YouTube. I interview doctors, nutritionists, psychologists, trainers, a lot of solo podcasts of me just going on a rant and teaching people how to do things. I also, once in a while, I teach future trainers and in the health industry, also people, I teach them in like career centers and colleges, and some of those videos I've uploaded there as well. So my goal is to just educate people how to be the healthiest and best versions of themselves. I'm hoping I'm doing a good job, but I think we can avoid a lot of medication, a lot of struggle, a lot of suffering with just a few simple tricks and giving the body what it needs.
All right, man. I'm going to end it right here because we had so much value in 20 minutes, and I'm going to chat after we get done here with the pause here. But thank you very much, man. I appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.